The Formula One paddock is in an uproar, and it's all centered around one team, Mercedes. A storm is brewing that threatens to completely derail the new era of Formula One before it even begins. The other teams are furious, and they have every right to be. It appears that Mercedes, along with Red Bull, has found a loophole in the 2026 engine regulations that could give them an insurmountable advantage. This isn't just a clever interpretation of the rules. This is something that could make the 2026 season a complete write-off for everyone else. The controversy revolves around the compression ratio of the new 2026 engines. The regulations state that the compression ratio is fixed, but Mercedes has reportedly found a way to manipulate it using thermal expansion. By heating up certain components of the engine, they can effectively increase the compression ratio, leading to a significant boost in power. This is a highly complex and ingenious solution, but it's also one that the other teams are calling illegal. They argue that it goes against the spirit of the regulations, which were designed to create a level playing field and reduce costs. The regulations were written with the intention of preventing this kind of development, but Mercedes has found a way to work around them. It's a classic example of the kind of technical innovation that has always been a part of Formula One, but it's also a source of major controversy. The fury from the other teams is palpable. Ferrari, Honda, and Audi have all lodged official protests with the FIA, demanding that the loophole be closed. They are arguing that if this is allowed to stand, it will create a two-tier Formula One, with Mercedes and their customer teams in a league of their own. The other teams simply don't have the time or the resources to develop a similar solution. They would be forced to play catch-up for the entire 2026 season and possibly beyond. This is not the new era of close competition that Formula One has been promising. The other teams feel that they have been blindsided by this development, and they are determined to fight it. They believe that if Mercedes is allowed to get away with this, it will open the door to a new spending war, which is exactly what the new regulations were designed to prevent. The FIA is now in an incredibly difficult position. If they close the loophole, they will be accused of penalising Mercedes for their ingenuity. But if they allow it to stand, they will be accused of allowing the 2026 season to be ruined before it even starts. The FIA is reportedly considering a compromise, which would involve allowing the loophole for 1 year and then banning it from 2027 onwards. But this is a solution that is unlikely to satisfy anyone. The other teams will still be at a disadvantage in 2026, and Mercedes will feel that they are being unfairly punished for their clever design. The FIA is caught between a rock and a hard place, and whatever decision they make is likely to be met with criticism from one side or the other. The situation is further complicated by the fact that Red Bull has also been working on a similar solution. However, they are reportedly struggling to get it to work as effectively as Mercedes. This has led to some speculation that Red Bull might be one of the teams pushing for the loophole to be closed, even though they have been working on it themselves. It's a classic case of Formula One politics, with each team trying to gain an advantage over their rivals. Red Bull is in a difficult position, as they don't want to be seen as hypocritical, but they also don't want to be left behind by Mercedes. It's a high-stakes game of cat and mouse, and the outcome is still very much in doubt. The potential advantage that this loophole could provide is significant. It's estimated that it could be worth up to 0.4 seconds per lap. In a sport where a few tenths of a second can be the difference between winning and losing, this is a massive advantage. It's the kind of advantage that could allow a team to dominate a season, just as Mercedes did at the start of the hybrid era in 2014. The other teams are desperate to avoid a repeat of that scenario. They have invested hundreds of millions of dollars in their 2026 engine programs, and they are not prepared to see all of that investment go to waste because of a loophole in the regulations. The timing of this controversy is also significant. The 2026 regulations were designed to attract new manufacturers to the sport, and Audi is set to join the grid as a full works team. But if the 2026 season is dominated by one or two teams, it could discourage other manufacturers from entering the sport in the future. It could also damage the credibility of Formula One as a competitive sport. The sport has been working hard to create a more level playing field, and this controversy threatens to undo all of that good work. It's a major headache for the sport's bosses, and they will be hoping that a solution can be found that satisfies all parties. For now, the situation remains unresolved. The FIA is still weighing its options, and the teams are waiting to see what the outcome will be. But one thing is for sure, the 2026 engine controversy is far from over. It's a story that will continue to develop in the coming months, and it could have a major impact on the future of Formula One. The fury of the other teams is a clear indication of how high the stakes are. They are not just fighting for a few tenths of a second, they are fighting for the very future of the sport. They believe that if this loophole is allowed to stand, it will set a dangerous precedent and could lead to a new era of dominance by one or two teams. And that is something that nobody, apart from Mercedes, wants to see. The next few weeks and months will be crucial in determining the future of Formula One. The FIA has a big decision to make, and the whole world will be watching. The teams are not just fighting for themselves, they are fighting for the soul of the sport. They want a fair and competitive championship, and they are prepared to do whatever it takes to make sure that happens. The pressure is on the FIA to make the right call, and the future of Formula One hangs in the balance. The sport cannot afford another era of one-team dominance, and the FIA knows it. The decisions they make in the coming weeks will have a lasting impact on the sport for years to come. The fans deserve a competitive championship, and it's up to the FIA to deliver it. The teams have made their position clear, and now it's up to the FIA to act. The world is waiting to see what they will do. This is a defining moment for Formula One, and the outcome will shape the sport for years to come. The integrity of the sport is at stake, and the FIA must act decisively to protect it. The credibility of the sport is on the line, and the FIA cannot afford to get this wrong. The future of Formula One depends on it. The sport is at a crossroads, and the path it takes will determine its future for years to come. This is not just a technical dispute, it's a battle for the heart and soul of Formula One. The outcome of this controversy will have a profound impact on the sport for years to come, and the FIA must get it right. The future of the sport depends on it. This is a story that will run and run, and we will be here to bring you all the latest developments as they happen. The future of Formula One is at stake, and the FIA must get this is a decision that they cannot afford to get wrong. The sport is at a critical juncture, and the decisions made in the coming weeks will have a lasting impact on the future of Formula One.